Good morning, everyone. Today's topic is verbal communication. As we have already discussed about the basic form of communication, in which we have discussed there are two types of communication, non-verbal and verbal communication. We have already discussed about the non-verbal communication. So today's topic is verbal communication. As we know, in the verbal communication, we communicate our message, idea through the use of symbols, words, voice that have universal meaning for all who are taking part in the process. That's why we divide the verbal communication in two parts, oral and second one is written. So today we will discuss only about oral communication. So oral communication is that channel of communication in which a message is transmitted in spoken form. Oral means anything we speak by our mouth. Normally there are two levels of verbal communication. In the first and highest level communication channel is speaking in person, face to face, by which sender receive the feedback from the receiver already, and receiver can see the body language of the sender also. But in the second level of verbal communication, in which we include an electronic device for communication such as computer voicemail and telephoning. In this, we can't see the body language of sender or receiver, and we can't get immediate feedback as in the face to face communication. So there are some advantages of oral communication. First one is quickness in exchange of ideas. With the help of oral communication, we can easily and quickly exchange the ideas from one person to another. Quick feedback, as I have already said, in the oral communication we can receive the feedback immediately from the receiver to sender. Third one is flexibility. In the oral communication we can easily change in our message ideas according to situation, according to the interest of the receiver. Next one is economic source. Oral communication is economical in financially form also, because in oral communication we do not need to do any extra expenditure for transmitting the message. Personal touch. With the help of oral communication we come in personal touch to the receiver and can be understand the feelings of the receiver. Effective source. Oral communication is an effective source of communication because with the help of it we can understand the body language or psychology of the receiver. Removal of misunderstanding. With the help of the oral communication we can easily sort out the misunderstanding or query of the receiver. Motivation possible. With the help of oral communication, a superior or senior can motivate our subordinate with the help of the oral communication and sort out their problems. Increase in efficiency. Because oral communication is less time consuming and supervisor can utilize the time in some other important work, which increase the efficiency of the superior as well as subordinate. There are some advantages of communication. In the same way, there are some disadvantages also of oral communication. First one is unfit for lengthy messages. If we want to communicate a lengthy message, then oral communication is not fit for it. So it's a big disadvantage in the oral communication. Second one is unfit for policy matter. Policy is a rule which is transmitted only and only in the written form, because policy can't change time to time, so we need to prepare the policy in written form, not in oral form. Lack of written form proof. In the oral communication, there are not any written proof. Expensive method. If we want to send the information at the distant places through telephone, etc., then oral communication prove very costly. Next one is lack of clarity. With the help of oral communication, we can't represent our data, graph, table orally, which do not clear our message to the receiver. Misuse of time. Oral communication is considered a misuse of time when during meeting the conversation is length unnecessary. Next one and last is presence of both the parties necessary. In oral communication, the presence of sender and receiver, that means both parties, is very compulsory and necessary. Next topic is utility of oral communication. Oral communication is beneficiary only in the situation when the information need to be kept secret. Second one, when it is not possible to give a written form to the information, when some message to be given to a large group of people, and last, when the receiver is illiterate. There are some forms of oral communication. First one is, we have already discussed, is face to face conversation. Second one is lectures which are given in the classroom. Meeting and conference which are held in the seminar room on a project or a particular topic. Interview, telephone talk, grapevine, social and culture affairs, seminars, radio and television. So these are some forms of oral communication. Thank you.